time. You don't have time? Well, we have a quick and easy card for you. Welcome to Technique Tuesday. I'm G, and we are going to make a fantastic card that we know you're going to like. It's quick, it's easy. But before we do that, remember, it is all about Christmas fun here in December at Creative Moments by G. Stay with us till the end because we have a game for you to play, and you might be the one that's randomly selected for the gratitude gift. So let's head down to the crafting table and get started. Now, here is the beautiful card that we're going to make, and it is so incredibly easy. You can color this flower, or, as I said before, a quick technique. Go ahead and cut this flower out of some DSP or some pattern paper and lay it right on the card. Let me show you how to make this card. The first thing you're going to need to do is go ahead and just make your base card. And we cut this card at 8.5 by 5.5, and we scored at 4 1/4. And you need 2 pieces of paper for mats. This mat is whatever color that you are going to stamp your flowers that you're going to use. So this first one is a 3.5 by 5.5, and this is simply 3 1/4 by 5.5 because we're going to run it all the way across the card. But let's go ahead and let me show you how you can stamp this mat very easily. You can line up all 4 mats and stamp them all at once. So we are using today framed florets. This is a fantastic stamp set. And we're picking up some of the leaves from Simply Fabulous. So let's open up our ink pads, and we are working with Blackberry Bliss, Parakeet Party, and Old Olive for our first mat. Like I said, line up your mats all at once, and that way you can just speed through this step right here. We're going to get our stamp inked up, and I'm just going to stamp it here. I'm going to stamp it again down below. Now, you need to keep in mind that you need enough room here for your sentiment. So let's just go ahead and stamp that so that we make sure that we have enough room. I'm going to line this mat up on my grid paper so that I get it straight. And now I know how far I can go over. Let's continue with this process. Now, the next ink pad I'm going to use is Old Olive, and I'm going to bring in this beautiful leaf. I'm going to bring in Parakeet Party and bring in a smaller leaf. And I'm going to bring in just a few little speckles with my Blackberry Bliss. Now you can stamp off so that it's not so dark. Now this center part right here, I went ahead and I stamped the beautiful flower. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to color this. If you want to make this even a quicker card, go ahead and cut out a flower from some DSP, add it to some dimensionals, and put it right in the center, and you have a beautiful thank you card. But we wanted to go ahead and just color, do a little bit of blending. So I want to just very quickly show you how I'm going to blend this flower. Now I'm going to bring in my Blackberry Bliss light and dark. I'm going to bring in some pale papaya light and dark. And then we're just going to bring in our Daffodil Delight and our Parakeet Party. So we're going to start with our dark color first. And I'm just going around right above the center of the flower. I'm also going just along the bottom of the flower right here. And maybe just some of those marks that they already have for you, go ahead and put some of your darker color that you selected, just to give it some shading. Now I'm going to bring in my light color, the next lightest one, and I'm just barely going over the top of this. Remember, these are alcohol markers, and so whatever you touch, it's going to lighten it up. So I really don't want that dark Blackberry Bliss lightened up very much. So I'm going to be careful not to go over it too much. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in this pale papaya. And this just really highlights this flower so beautifully. And you just continue to go over it until you get the saturation that you wanted. And you can really just get rid of that line between the two so that it kind of blurs it and they blend very nicely. Now I need a little bit darker right here. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in my Daffodil Delight and just go over the center right here. Now these little balls right here I'm going to pick up in Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to use the pencil nib and just hold it down, and it will kind of bleed into the paper. And that way you have your perfect dots. And now I'm going in with darker green for the veins. Just a little bit. And I'm going to come in with that lighter color over it. And now look at this. It was very easy to use those blends to give us that beautiful color. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get this added to our base mat. We're just going to lay that down with some glue. Now, I really like this Kalel glue, and if you're interested in that, go ahead and below the video, I have listed a G's favorites. You can click on that and go to our Amazon store and just click on this link. It's a great glue to purchase. And now all we have to do is add this to the front of our card. Let's add some dimensionals to our beautiful flower. And look at this. Very quickly, we have created a thank you card. And we're all going to need thank you cards. We can never have enough, right? So here is one beautiful card. Now let me show you how to color the next card, more of a masculine card, in case you want to use it. So we're going to bring this in again, and this time we are using some different colors, very masculine colors. We are using some bronze, some cinnamon cider, and light pumpkin pie, and light calypso. So now and also daffodil. Let's go ahead and start with the center, and let's go ahead and color the center. So we're just going to go over with the Daffodil Delight. And now we're going to bring in our darkest color first. And we're just going over the edges and the bottom of our flower, where they really have already given us some idea of where to do the shading, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in this color and just very lightly go over right close to the cinnamon cider. Now I'm going to bring in the lightest of all the colors. And once again, use the pencil nib and just touch the berries. That's a great tip. You don't have to color them in. Just touch the paper and it will sink into the paper. Now we're going to do our leaves. And look at that. A much different flower, more masculine, can be used for a masculine card. Now, here is that flower that we just colored added to this card. And you can tell that it is a little more masculine than this one. So let me show you our cards. We made all these cards very quickly. Well, we hope you liked Technique Tuesday, showing you how you could very quickly make some thank you cards. You can use your DSP or your pattern paper for the focal point of your card. You don't have to blend, use your blends and color it, and that makes it even faster. Remember, we are playing Christmas fun, so you need to post below the video and answer this question. If you were a reindeer, what would your name be and why? You have Thursday at noon to answer that question, and we will randomly select a winner. Now remember, we post the winner below this video as well as on Facebook. And once we post the winner, please use the contact form or our email on our website and send us your address. Well, good luck to everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's card. Go out, make it a fantastic day. Bye-bye.